Hello everyone, I hope you're doing good. Here I am again today with another tutorial of mine which will tell you that how to solve a combination circuit. We will go through the basics of series and parallel circuit again. We will just go through some of the formulas and I'm sure that by the end of this tutorial you will be expert in solving a combination circuit all by yourself. So let's proceed and see how it is done. So before we proceed with the combination circuit, let's take a quick recap and see how exactly a series and parallel circuit used to work. If you'll see here, I've made a small series circuit with two resistors, similarly a parallel circuit. For calculating the total resistance for a series and parallel circuit, what we used to do was we calculated the sum of resistors for a series and the reverse of all the value of resistors for a parallel circuit. Similarly, the total current in a series circuit was same as the individual currents flowing across each of the resistor, and in a parallel circuit it used to be a sum of all the resistors and the inverse used to be for the voltages. That is, the total voltage used to be the sum of individual voltage drops across each of the resistor in a series circuit, whereas the individual voltage drops used to be equal to the total voltage in case of a parallel circuit. Now let's see how we use the information given to us by a series and parallel circuit in a circuit known as a combination circuit. Now if you will see a circuit like this, the one that I'm making, it is neither a series nor a parallel circuit. It is a combination of both the circuits, and as I told you, such a circuit is called a combination circuit. And today we will study how to solve such a circuit using Ohm's law. So let's proceed. The first step is that we should know how to solve a parallel circuit. This is the sign of a parallel circuit into a series circuit. And then the second step involves we should know how to calculate the values of voltage, current and resistance. First, we should know how to calculate their total values. Some of them may be given and some may not be given. We should know how to calculate it. And then we should know how to calculate their individual values across each of the resistors. So let me show you an example. Let me draw a circuit and then I can explain it to you a bit more further. Okay, so here I've made a combination circuit, the one that I used before as well. So if you can see here clearly, it has 4 resistors. A total voltage of 12 volts is given, and I've shown with an arrow from where the current flows. Now, as I told you, the first step involves solving a parallel circuit into series. So the first step that we should know is that on solving the parallel circuit R1 and R2, let's say it gives us a value of R12. Similarly, the value of R3 and R4 on solving will be one value, and both of these resistors are in series with the power supply of 12 volts. Now we have to find all the values of resistors, voltage and current across this solved resistance. So just by looking at the circuit and the values given to us, we know that we have to calculate these values. Because there are 4 resistors, so we know that we want 4 resistor values, and resistor 1 and 2 were in parallel, so we have to get a value of R1 and R2 also. Similarly, we need to solve the values of R3 and R4, and then we can calculate the value of total resistance. Similarly, we have to find the same values for voltage and for current as well. So let me make the table and show it to you again. Which all values do we need? Okay, so here is I've made a small table with the values that we are required to solve the circuit. Let's say, for example, some of the values are given. The value of R1, R2 R3 and R4 have been provided to us, let's say 10, 20, 30 and 40 ohms. Yes, all the values are in ohms. Apart from this, we have the value of total voltage, which was 12 volts. So now let's try solving each of these values step by step, and let's see how do we calculate it. Alright, so as per this solved circuit, we know R12 is nothing but a combination of, or the result of, a parallel circuit. So if you remember, how do we solve the value of a parallel circuit? It is by dividing the reverse of the values of resistors. So this comes out to be 1/10 plus 1/20. The sum of this value comes out to be 0.15 ohms. Now please be careful here. This is not the final value of R12. This is the reverse value. We need to divide this value by 1 first of all, or rather 1 by this value, and the answer that we get is the final value of the resistance, which is around 6.67 ohms. Okay, similarly, on solving the other set of parallel resistors, we get in the same manner, we get a value of 17.24 ohms. And now we have all the values of the resistors with us, R12 and R34. So we can calculate the total value of resistance, which we get by adding these two set of resistors, and this comes out to be around 23.908, or we can say around 24 ohms. So now let's see, we have the remaining set of values for our resistors. Let's fill this table. First value is around 6.67. The second value, R34, is around 17.24, whereas total resistance for us has come out to be around 24 volts. Now as you can see, we have all the values of resistors, total resistance we have, total voltage we have. So after calculating the resistance, let's now calculate the total voltage. From the formula, we know total voltage can be calculated by multiplying current and resistance. So if we go and find the value of Vt, this comes out to be total current times R. See, we don't have the value of I. Alright, so now we have the value of total resistance and total voltage. So using Ohm's law, let's calculate total current. Ohm's law, as you can remember, is V is equal to I times R. We have the value of total voltage as 12, and we have the value of total resistance as 24. So using this formula, we can calculate the value of total current as 0.5 amperes. Alright, so this is a very simple example of solving the total current. Now if you remember, I had already told you the total current in a series circuit is equal to the individual value of currents across the series circuit. Alright, so if the total current here in this circuit IT is 0.5, the current across R12 and the current across R34 is also the same, because this now has turned into a series circuit. So we simply can write all the missing values here in amperes, of course. So these values come out to be 0.5 amperes. Alright, and now let's go back to the next point. We have the values of current now and resistors across the solved value of R12. So this makes it very easy to solve the value of voltage drops also. So as you can know, using the same formula that we used here, we can calculate the voltage drop across resistor 1 and 2 and the voltage drop across resistor 3 and 4. Okay, this makes it equal to current, which here is 0.5 times resistor 6.67. Similarly, for the second case, 17.24. So voltage drop across resistor 1 and 2 comes out to be around 3.33 volts. Similarly, voltage drop across resistor 3, 4 comes out to be around 8.62 volts. You can also check if your answer is right or wrong. Just add these two numbers and you will see that it comes out to be almost close to the total voltage, that is 12. So in this manner, we have got our values of V12 and V34 as well, which are 3.33 and 8.62. So this solves our half of the problem. Again and again, we have to revert back to our series and parallel knowledge. Now, in a parallel circuit, see, right now we have solved for a series circuit. If the questions have been asked till here, we are good to go. But if you've been asked to solve the individual values of currents and voltages across the individual resistors, that also we can do. So as I was talking about a parallel circuit now, you remember the voltage drop across a parallel circuit? Yes, it is same as that of the total voltage around that area. So around resistor R1 and R2, the total voltage drop is 3.33 volts, which implies that the voltage around V1 and voltage around V2 is the same as V12. Similarly, for V3 also, the voltage is 8.62, and for V4 as well, it comes out to be around 8.62 volts. Now we have all the values of resistors and voltages. I'm sure we can calculate the values of missing currents using the formula I equals V by R. Individually, we are talking about individual branches. So you can take the value of V1 and R1 and calculate its value. And similarly, I2, I3 and I4. Alright, so as you can see, I've calculated the individual values of currents also using the same Ohm's law, and that has given us the value of I1 as 0.33 amperes. I2 is calculated as 1.67 amperes. I3 comes close to 0.287 amperes, and I4 is 0.215 amperes. So this is a basic method of solving a combination circuit. If in case you have any doubt or any query, please feel free to ask from me or just drop in a comment. I'll be more than happy to help you with it. Thank you and have a nice day.